Hey guys, Mike here. Mike's DVDs and Blu-rays collection is back with another episode for you today. My top 11 Michael Mann directed movies. These are in really no particular order. I mean, they depending on the day and the mood I'm in, the movies might move up and down the scale a little differently. But as for today, this is the way I feel about it. Now, Michael Mann's he kind of appeared with his first big movie, The Thief, in 1981, and he's pretty much done interesting work his whole career. And he's getting up there in years. I don't see him doing many more movies, but he's got like 2 or 3 movies working on right now to be released. So we'll see what happens. So I want to show you guys the movies that. The way I feel about his movies and where I rate them, and somewhere in there. So let's start off with number 11. This was a movie that was kind of bombed at the box office. Critics hated it, I believe, and it pretty much came and went and was forgot about. I mean, I didn't realize he had made the movie until a couple years ago. I wasn't even aware of the movie whatsoever, but the movie I'm talking about is Black Hat, and it's from 2014, and it stars Chris Hemsworth, who was popular at the time, or still popular, as Thor in the Marvel universe and everything. And this is kind of a movie based on global cybercrime, dealing with China and America, and dealing with Chinese nuclear secrets, and just kind of one of those things. So Chris Hemsworth is in charge of bringing all this down, taking care of it and everything. So yeah, it's a movie. I've only seen it once. I mean, maybe it's not as bad, but it was just okay, I guess. It was okay. So maybe I'll watch it again and see how I feel about that. So number 10, this is a movie called Public Enemies. Now, this came out in 2009, starring Johnny Depp, and he's playing John Dillinger, the famous gangster of the 30s. He was gunned down in a movie theater in 1934. The movie he was watching, Manhattan Melodrama, and he was gunned down. I think a girlfriend or a friend of a girlfriend or somebody kind of tipped the cops off. They were working together and got him shot and everything. But this is a pretty good biopic of him. It's not they take some liberties with it and stuff like that with everything. But it's got a great cast: Johnny Depp. It's got Christian Bale, Billy Crudup, Stephen Dorff, Stephen Lang. But yeah, it's a great little movie. It's very entertaining, and this is a movie that could move up and down the line, up the list. I may one day really want to watch. So I'm not saying it's not good, but I had to rate it somewhere. So there you go, Public Enemies. Next up, this is a movie that's had a long history of problems and basically being released on home video. It was released on Laserdisc, and there was 2 different releases on Laserdisc. One was a pan and scan, one was a widescreen letterboxed, and I believe it came out on VHS, but it never made its way to DVD or Blu-ray. So now you kind of get some bootleg copies, fan-made ones and stuff, which a lot of times they just go to that letterbox Laserdisc and rip it and upload it and everything. But the movie I'm talking about is 1983's The Keep, and for some reason Michael Mann has just disowned this movie. I'm not sure what's tying it up and being released. It's got a great Tangerine Dream score and stuff. It might be that. It might be the music clearance or something like that to get it put out there. They can't agree on it. But it's got a good cast. It's got a young, Gabriel Byrne and Ian McKellen before he was, Gandalf, and Scott Glenn, and it's good. It's, it's World War II in Europe, small little village in the mountains, Carpathian Mountains or somewhere where there's a cave type of area that's got it's the entrance to hell basically, and it's all these trinkets and silver and stuff protecting it, crosses and all this stuff on there. And once the Nazis come in, they start trying to steal all the silver and do all that and inadvertently unleash hell. So the Keep, I mean, it has a reputation. I mean, I guess it bombed at the time. It was really long. I think there was like a 3-hour cut or something of this. And so there's a lot of possibilities. I mean, if there's still stuff around, maybe you could make a director's cut. I don't know what the deal is with the Keep. But anyways, there you go, the Keep. And I have it on Laserdisc also. The next one is from 1986, and this is a movie called Manhunter. And it's basically the first filmed adaptation of the Hannibal Lecter story. It would be, this came out, and it was a good movie and everything, and everybody liked it and stuff. But then when 1990 or 91 comes around and Silence of the Lambs come out, and everybody thinks, well, this is the first time we've heard of Hannibal Lecter, but he had been around. He came out earlier, and I think he did a really good job with this. This is an Anchor Bay DVD. It stars William Peterson, Kim Greist, Joan Allen, which was kind of a young Joan Allen then, Tom Noonan. So it's a good movie. Of course it's different than Silence of the Lambs, of course, but really good. I see who plays Hannibal Lecter. Who is the guy that plays? Oh, Brian Cox. Yeah, Brian Cox is Hannibal Lecter. I think he did a great job. So there you go, Manhunter. Now next up, this is an awesome movie, probably one of my favorite Michael Mann movies. But today, it's moved down the list a little bit because well, wait a minute. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to do this. I just moved it up. So the next movie, this came out in 2014. Is that when that came out? 2008. Anyways, this is the big screen adaptation of Miami Vice, based on the TV show from the 80s that was hugely popular, trend-setting, all that stuff. And I believe Michael Mann actually worked on some of those episodes back then, and everything. But this is, if you kind of go into this movie and kind of forget the TV show for a minute and just look at it for what it is and the characters and everything, then I think you'll enjoy the movie more. I mean, I think when it came out, it wasn't like, I don't think it was dumped on very bad. I mean, I think it just did okay and stuff. And I really still don't see this that much, like streaming or on television or anything. You don't really see it as much. But yeah, it's a good movie. I mean, it is good overall. It's got Jamie Foxx is really good. Colin Farrell. Really cool, and it's definitely entertaining. So there you go, Miami Vice. Next up, we got another Jamie Foxx movie. He works very well with Jamie Foxx, I believe, and I just really watched this recently. And this is Collateral. And Tom Cruise is really good in this. I mean, it's just seeing Tom Cruise as a bad guy, and everything, and just Jamie Foxx's character, him being focused on what he's doing and him having to change his routine that night, where it just shakes him to the core. He's basically got a gun at his head the most of the night and everything, and it's really good. It really is. And some of the other people in the cast, you got Jada Pinkett Smith, Mark Ruffalo, Peter Berg. But yeah, I mean, really good. I think even Jada Pinkett did pretty good in this movie. So, but yeah, it's a great movie. I mean, it's not a huge casted movie. I mean, you got a group of about 5 people you see mostly through the movie, and really good. It's well directed. It's got a look about it. It's got a flow, a movement to it. It really is awesome. And Tom Cruise really is good in this movie, and Jamie Foxx. So there you go, Collateral. Next up, this is one of my favorite Michael Mann movies. This came out in 1992, and it's based on the what was his name? Phineas Cooper. What's his name? James Fenimore Cooper's classic Last of the Mohicans. Now, this had been filmed a few times in the past. There's a 1920 version. There's a 1936 version that has Randolph Scott. And then I'm not sure if it was remade anymore until then. But man, this came out in 92, and it was a big widescreen movie, just full of action and history and just beautiful cinematography and everything. Daniel Day-Lewis. Daniel Day-Lewis as Hawkeye, and Madeline Stowe as Coral Monroe. And really cool. It's got some great fight scenes and action scenes, and just the whole movement of this movie. It's so big, to keep this movie within frame. It's just great movie. Last of the Mohicans. I need to upgrade and get a Blu-ray of this. And this movie really needs to come out in a special edition, kind of like how they did Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves recently, which kind of came out around the same time. 20th Century Fox owns, this was a 20th Century Fox movie, so now Disney owns it, so we don't know if they'll ever do anything with it or not. Who knows? But there you go. Next up, this is a always entertaining movie. I always seem to watch this and just really get into it. This is The Insider, and another great cast. You got Al Pacino, Russell Crowe, Christopher Plummer, Philip Baker Hall. Man, great movie. It's a story about the tobacco industry, and a lot of it takes place in Louisville, Kentucky, which is close to me, very close to me. And this one guy who was a scientist working in the company, he kind of takes on the company when he discovers they're putting certain kinds of chemicals and stuff they're not letting people know, and and causes a huge shakeup in the tobacco industry and everything. And there's death threats and interviews with 60 Minutes and all kinds of stuff. It's based on a true story, and once you watch it and keep that in mind, it's kind of scary in a way, and how Russell Crowe, what it does to him and his family and everyone around him and stuff. But Al Pacino and Russell Crowe make a great team together. They really work off each other and stuff. But yeah, The Insider, really good. This is a DVD. I don't know, I may upgrade one day. There you go. So now, guys, we're down to the top 3 Michael Mann movies. Now, I just watched this the other day, and I hadn't seen it for years and years. And there's actually 2 cuts of it, and I ended up buying 2 separate cuts of it because they don't have a version with that extra cut on it, which would be awesome, but they don't. So I'll show you the Blu-ray first. This is what I actually watched the other night. This is known as the commemorative edition, which is Michael Mann did a cut of the movie. I'm trying to think how he did that. It's supposed to show more. This cut was to show more about him and his life and who he was. Little tidbits that were cut out of the other one to make him more human and see the human side of the story that he was leading out of the ring and stuff. So what we're going to talk about is Ali, which stars Will Smith, and it's a powerhouse performance by Will Smith. I mean, I might go as far as saying it might be one of his best roles, for sure. And I believe he was Oscar nominated and everything for it. But yeah, another great movie with so many good people in it. You got Jamie Foxx, John Voight, you got Mario Van Peebles, which I thought he was really good as Malcolm X. I mean, he's not Denzel Washington as Malcolm X, but he did pretty good as Malcolm X in this. Ron Silver, Jeffrey Wright, and yeah, I mean, it was a good movie, powerhouse. I mean, how long was this thing? This is the 151-minute version and everything, so it's really good. So what I did was I forgot about the different cuts of it, so I ended up picking up the DVD version of I believe this is the director's cut. Now it's not on Blu-ray as far as I know, so this is the DVD of the director's cut of Ali, and it runs 165 minutes, so it's a little bit longer. The other one was shorter and maybe cut out more stuff, but yeah, this has got revised scenes and never before seen footage. Plus it's got I don't know if it's a new commentary with Michael Mann, different from that one. But yeah, it's got the documentary, the making of the movie on there too. But yeah, another, great movie. Really is Ali. So there you go. There's the DVD of that one, the director's cut. And then I can't talk about Michael Mann without mentioning this movie. Now, I do have the 4K of it, and I thought I'd brought that out here to show, but I have the Blu-ray of it. But this is 1996 Heat. Epic crime movie. This movie is so epic in scale. 170 minutes. It is a powerhouse performance. By some of the greatest actors of our generation that we know. You got Al Pacino, you got Robert De Niro, Tom Sizemore, you got Ashley Judd, Wes Studi, Jon Voight, Val Kilmer. They're all good in this, really good. This was also photographed by Dante Spinotti, and he's worked with him quite a bit. But yeah, this is such a great movie. And the 4K really looks good. Wish I would have showed that one, but this is one movie that I have different versions of. I have a DVD, I have the Blu-ray, and then I have the 4K of it. And I heard the look of the Blu-ray or the DVD looks a little different. Like they went in there and they changed it, not to make it, not during the 4K process, but apparently there's some print differences and stuff like that. So I never have gotten around to, comparing things, but supposedly they look a little different somehow. But yeah, Heat, man, is a modern day classic. Michael Mann, he's probably remembered a lot for this more than anything. And guys, for no particular order or no particular reason, the number one of my favorite Michael Mann movies is his first movie, 1981's Thief, starring James Caan. Now this is the Criterion Blu-ray edition of it, and Criterion put this out in 2015, and it's a great looking transfer, it really does. I have a really cool, decent looking Laserdisc of it actually. I'm trying to think, I think that was a Criterion release. I can't remember it on Laserdisc. But yeah, this is another great movie. It's not loaded with extra stuff, but it's got some talk about the Tangerine Dream score that's on here, and some interviews and stuff. There's audio commentary by James Caan and Michael Mann. But yeah, great cast. You got Tuesday Weld, James Caan, Willie Nelson even shows up in this movie. But yeah, great movie, 1981. It's just a great performance. Some of the scenes of them, breaking into the vaults, and just how the movie ends, and it's wow. It's a great movie. And, that's the thing about Michael Mann from the get-go is his style. This movie is very stylish, very innovative in a way, what do you call it? Kind of set the tone for the 80s with some crime movies and stuff, I think, the way it looks and everything, though. But it's one of those movies you can put on all the time, watch it. It's right about 2 hours long. But man, a great debut, I have to say, Thief. And my pick for number one, but those could all be mixed up and mismatched and switched around like a puzzle if I wanted to, but they're all good. I really do need to watch Black Hat some more and really get the final verdict on it. I mean, for someone who's had so many good movies he's made, he's allowed to make some bad ones every once in a while. From what I heard, he's got 2, maybe 3 projects in the works right now of putting out movies and stuff. So Michael Mann's not done. He's still with us, and he's pushing 80 years old, I believe. So he's had quite a career, and I just wanted to kind of tribute him a little bit, kind of show off some of his great movies and great releases and stuff like that. So let me know in the comments what you think, what would be your top 3 or top 5 or even your top 11 Michael Mann movies. And just let me know, comment, and make sure you like this video. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and check out some of my other episodes and stuff, guys. So until next time, I am Mike. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all later.